Hey Capricorn, welcome to January 2019 and happy birthday and a happy new year. We got a lot of happies for you today. This is very exciting because it is showtime. The curtain is lifting and the spotlight is on you, and it's all about Capricorn. And that's because we have the first eclipse of the year in Capricorn, a solar eclipse, and a conglomerate of planets in Capricorn. Mercury joins the party on the 4th. My mouth don't want to talk. Mercury joins the gang on January 4th, and so we have Mercury, Saturn, your ruler, Sun and Moon coupled together in Capricorn, and Pluto in Capricorn. This is incredibly powerful, and you're going to have another one of these December 26th, 2019, solar eclipse right in this location in your first house. You're a Capricorn, so Capricorn rules the first house for you. When I do these, I take the sun to the ascendant, and that's why if you have a different ascendant, you want to go watch that one too. It does apply for everyone that has a sun in Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, and rising Capricorn. So not to get too technical, there is a major focus on you. And like I said, this is the first one. Then there'll be a lunar eclipse in this area in July when the Cancer solar eclipse happens in the area of relationships. And then the final eclipse in Capricorn in 2019 will be the day after Christmas, another solar eclipse. So it's incredibly powerful. I can speak from experience as a Leo when we had the total solar eclipse in Leo in summer of 2017 and all of the eclipses around that. It can be overwhelming because there's just so many planets in your sign that it can just feel overwhelming at times. And if that comes up for you, where you're just feeling overwhelmed by things, that's when you want to just step back and take it one day at a time, do what you need to do that day, and let the future take care of itself. In other words, focus on Friday when you get to Friday. Focus on next week when you get there. But really pay attention to what's happening in your body, because the body is the messenger. And I know I'm guilty of it at times where I ignore the signals in my body and then I pay for it later. A lot of chiropractic adjustments. And that's a good thing for you to do too, because Saturn is the cosmic chiropractor. And he's running the show. Saturn is running the show here in January. He's the ruler of this solar eclipse, this new moon. And he's strong. He's in his own sign. He's in the second chapter. He's at 11 degrees, almost 12 degrees at the time of the eclipse. And he's only getting stronger now. Another cool thing that's happening too in January is you can see Saturn at sunrise, well, right before sunrise. You can see Venus now, and you're going to be able to see Saturn in January, especially January 20th on. You'll be able to see Saturn when you look out to the east horizon. He will be rising right before sunrise. And I just think it's really cool to meditate on the planets. And he is your avatar. And he's running the show. He has tremendous power. He is the one that brings you to what you want. We have to do the work. And it is all about strategy here in January. Saturn is teaching you strategy. Saturn is teaching you self-mastery. And you're setting the intention for what you want to create in this solar year for yourself. Because this is all going to show up in your solar return charts. In life we call it happy birthday. In astrology is where your sun returns to your exact degree of birth every year. And that is a new solar return chart. It's very significant for astrologers. We use it to landscape what is going to happen with you for the year, as well as your transits, progressions, solar arc directions, and other return charts. Not to get too complicated. Astrologists, we love to astrobabble. Babble, babble, babble. And we are here with, a very powerful start to the year. And from my information and research, we are setting the foundation for the next 20 years because Jupiter is going to move into Capricorn. And he's going to join the gang. And he's going to be in there with Saturn and Pluto coupled together. By the late part of this year, Jupiter will enter Capricorn and he will join Saturn and Pluto, and then Mars is going to join them too, and that will happen in February and March of 2020. But here in 2019, it's already on because Saturn and Pluto are coupled together because the Sun and the Moon are pulling them together, and their orb is not that wide because Saturn is catching up to Pluto and he's on the move, and all of the planets will be direct. Uranus goes direct on the 7th, so we have the Capricorn new moon eclipse on the 5th and the 6th. Uranus goes direct on the 7th. All the planets are direct from January 7th through March 6th, where Mercury takes his first turn to retrograde. He's the first planet to retrograde in 2019. When all the planets are direct, that means the wind is in your sails. The universe is saying, go for it, Capricorn. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to make happen this year? And step by step, just like the mountain goat, climbing the mountain. You're right at the beginning. You're at the first step. You're at the second step. You're at the third step. You're at the beginning. And you're setting the tone and foundation for the next 20 years of your life. And longer, because with Saturn coupled with your Sun in Capricorn, and all of you either have taken a turn with that, are about to take, are dancing with Saturn, I'm dancing with you, Saturn, is you will be setting the foundation for the next 28, 29-year cycle, because Saturn runs 28, 29-year cycles, just like your progressed moon does. And so, I don't know why I'm astrobabbling today. I hope there's a lot of astrologers listening. And so, this is a very significant time in your life. And it's at the beginning. And it can feel daunting too, because you've been waiting for this time, and now the curtain lifts, the spotlight's on you, and you get in front of that camera and you're like, okay, do I remember my lines? What's my lines? I've done that where I've frozen before in front of the camera, in front of an audience of people. And boy, did that teach me a lesson. Always do your homework. Always know your lines. Know your lines inside and out. As long as you know your lines, you can get past the butterflies and the anxiety. Deep breaths, in with the peace, out with the anxiety. In with the peace, out with the tension. In with the harmony, out with the fear. I'm going to do a meditation video and I'm going to do a well-being video where I pull these together, because I think it's a useful tool for all of us, especially you, because it's your time, the focus is on you, the spotlight is on you, and this is a time where you can achieve your goals this month, the next month, this year, and you want to go for it. And it's all about strategy, it's all about self-mastery. This is how we become ascended masters and get off the wheel of karma, is master our own emotions, master our own fears, master our own insecurities. And Saturn loves to flush that up and open, and so you want to be, aware of where, you're going from, I'm doing really good, to I'm overworking, over-focusing, over-obsessing, overreaching, over-perfectifying. Is that a word? Because Saturn exacts a perfection that's really not attainable. And we try to go after that because we want to please Saturn. And yet we can really cause problems for ourselves. I look at it this way: progress is better than perfection. Done is better than perfect. Are you making progress in what you're doing? If you're making progress, you're going in the right direction, and Saturn's going to get you where you need to go. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of times people wait until it's perfect. Well, I've got to get my content perfect. Well, I've got to get my book perfect. I've got to get my song perfect. I've got to get my music perfect. I've got to get my website. No, get it done. Get it out. Then you can perfect it. Progress, not perfection. Progress. Another thing too is, even though we have such a focus on you this month, because everybody's over there, it's like party at Capricorn, and everyone's over at the Capricorn house. And so we're all in the Capricorn house. And the North Node is in Cancer. The North Node is the direction of life we're to go in. The South Node is where we're to travel no more. So for you, that means, you know, the universe is asking for you to go out and share what you know with others. Go out, network, share what you know with your peers, with your colleagues, with your clients, with your customers, whoever is in your circle of influence. Get out and share what you know, because it will feed your soul. You have so much to give, and you have so much knowledge and skill in whatever you do. And that North Node is in the area of relationships, and it's saying, come out. Don't just stay in your space and focus on your projects, work, whatever you're doing. We need you out in the world, sharing what you know, leading. And when you do that, it's like you get this soul satisfaction. You're just like, whoa, I feel really good, because you know what? I'm helping others just by sharing what I know. They are really connecting with me. And isn't that the win-win, when we gain all this knowledge and when we can share it with others, and then they have the enlightenment, or they have, you know, like, wow, thanks for that, because I really needed that. That was a missing piece for me. And now that you told me that, whoa, I needed to hear that. Creator can work through you as her channel. And when you go out and you speak, Creator can come right through you and pass on to others what they need to hear at that moment, because you've made yourself available. And it also helps to balance the me focus, because there's such a me focus when you have 5 planets in your sign and the South Node in your sign. You can't help but be focused on yourself, because there's so much energy being placed there by the universe. And the antidote to that, to create balance, is to go out and share with others what you know. And the magic will happen from there. And it's really cool. Now, there can be a lot of chaos and turbulence going on in the home this month, and that's because Mars is there. Mars is in Aries now, and he's stirring the pot. And that can also be like the universe pushing you out again to get out and publish, promote, teach, produce, direct, lead, create. Whatever it is that you do, the universe is pushing you out to get out there and strut your stuff. And this is a phenomenal time to launch. If you're going to launch, and I've got a great video on when to launch, you can just Google it, is launch with astrology, and it'll come up. This is the best time to launch, because all the planets are direct, so there's no interference. And when you launch at this time, whether it's a new product or service or course or music or art or business, go for it. Or if you are working in a career and you want to get a new job, great time to go after it. Move up in what you're doing in the organization you're in, fantastic time to do it. If you don't work, get out in the community. Get involved in something. There's so many people that need help. The fire victims in California, the flood victims on the East Coast, in North Carolina and South Carolina, and there's just Florida. There's so many places we can go to help others and make a difference in the world, and use your knowledge to do that. So be open to that because it's there for you. Now, it's going to be, you know, an intense month because the sun is coupled with Saturn on the 2nd. This is the annual sun meeting up with Saturn, new beginnings. Then it meets up with Pluto on the 11th, completions and beginnings. Same with Saturn too. And then it's challenged by Uranus on the 18th. That's going to be, hello, let's make some changes. Surprise, Uranus is in town. And then Jupiter is squaring Neptune, January 13th, June 16th, and September 21st. This is kind of a big deal because they're both not talking with each other, they're fighting with each other, and we're seeing this in the world today with our leaders not cooperating with each other. And even if we disagree in policy, we need to come together to solve problems. We need to come together to pass legislation that makes the world better, makes our country better, makes every country better. And we need this throughout the planet, all leaders. And yet we're seeing this, you know, righteousness, you know, I'm right, no, I'm right, and so therefore we're not going to find the middle ground. And we're going to see that in 2019 because of this Jupiter-Neptune energy. And, you know, it's just something to be aware of, that it's better to find the middle ground and work towards solution than righteousness. Because where does the righteousness get us if we're not solving problems and people are hurting because we're not there for them and solving problems? So that energy is going to be around. And then the sun enters Aquarius on the 20th, and then we have the total lunar eclipse in Leo on the 21st. And that is, you know, bringing the action to what you love and value, what your partner loves and values, what other people love and value, what you want, your earning ability, your prosperity, your partner's prosperity. And, you know, this is a really cool eclipse because Uranus is very late in Aries. He's back at 28 degrees, and he's forming a grand square with the sun in Leo, excuse me, the moon in Leo and the sun in Aquarius. And Pallas Athena, the asteroid, who is the wise strategist. She is a military strategist. She is the goddess of truth and wisdom. And they're forming a grand square off of the Leo moon. And this is very significant because it's all about strategy this month. The universe wants for all of us to really look at what our strategies are to achieve our goals, to achieve what we want. How are you using strategy and self-mastery with your solar eclipse? And one of the big messages in here is to play the long game. Don't go for the low-hanging fruit. Go reach for the stars. Go for the big dream. Go for your heart's desire. Remember, you're building for the next 20 years, for the next 30 years of your life. You're setting the foundation right now for the next 30 years of your life. That's all Capricorns, because Saturn has coupled with your sun, and he won't be back in Capricorn for another 30 years. So this is the time to set the foundation of what you want to create in the next 30 years. And you don't want to just go for short-term hurrah. You want to think long game. Play the long game here. Where is this going to take me? What is my strategy? How is it going to get me to where I want to go? And be wise about it. Pallas Athena is saying be wise with your strategies. Be wise and get out and make it happen. This is a very exciting full moon. It will be electrified with Uranus there. Just, whoo, everybody, here comes the wild card. Oh, you didn't think about that now, did you? But it is about, you know, unexpected opportunities, having fun. Don't be so serious for all of us, because we can get caught up in the work and the commitments and everything we need to do, and we get so serious, and we forget to have fun. Don't forget there's a little Cappy in there, and that's your inner child. And you don't want to forget your inner child. You want to balance that with play. You know, take that time each day to have fun, get out and play, and that will keep you really happy with what you're doing. And the professional success is there for you. And you're going to see this next month too, where it is about you getting out and achieving your goals and seeing that success. January, February, March, and so on. There is this sense of urgency in here too this month with both of these eclipses. And so make it happen. Get out and shine your light. Teach what you know. Share what you know. Mercury enters Aquarius on the 24th, and then what's really cool is there's a Saturn sextile Neptune. This is a really good aspect because they were arguing a couple years ago when Saturn was in Sagittarius. Now in Capricorn, he is in harmony with Neptune. This is excellent. And this goes exact January 31st, June 18th, and November 8th. And this is really good news because what you're reaching for, what you're dreaming about, what you're creating, you can make it real. And that's why I want you to think long term and what you want to achieve in 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. Because you can do it. You can make it real with these energies, and Saturn is with you and working with you. He's even on the east horizon in the morning. If you get up early enough, you can see him. He's right there. And now he's having a good conversation with Neptune. He's like, okay, that's a really good dream. Why don't we take these steps to make that dream real? Let's do this. I see where you're going. I get it. It's pretty, fanciful, but it's doable. I can help you build it. Saturn is the one that builds things. He's the one that builds the road to the dream. Neptune is the one that gives us the dream. Here's the dream. Here's the vision. Saturn says, great. Here's the steps you need to take to make that a reality. And you can do it. Now, for those of you open for love, why not? I mean, the North Node is over there, and there's going to be a lot of energy over there when we get to the Cancer cycle in July, but that doesn't mean, you're not available for love now. I just see such a big focus with you this month and what you're doing and what's happening with you that, it's not like, wow, I have all this time to date and I have all this time to meet other people. I mean, you can, have that, create that space for meeting someone new. Absolutely. I just see there's so much change going on with you that it's going to take up a lot of bandwidth. Now, that doesn't mean if you're going out and you're sharing what you know, you could meet someone. If you're out there and you're just doing your thing and you're helping your peers, you're helping your coworkers and so on, someone could step up and be really attracted to you because you are so knowledgeable and generous. That's very attractive. So it can happen. For those of you coupled, is don't forget your partner. Because, there's so much energy going on with you, you could even forget you're coupled. It's like, oh, I got a partner. Oh, I forgot. So don't forget your partner because there's so much happening with you. It is definite possibility that you could find yourself not paying attention over there, and you want to make sure that you do. And money looks good, and I see money really being strong for you next month too. This is a good time for you, and the more you focus on whatever you're building, that's going to bring the prosperity. And the same with career too, is you're building towards something. And what you're building towards is going to pay off. Saturn's going to make it real. Saturn's going to make your dreams come true. And it is about being innovative, and you'll have more of a focus on that in the latter part of this month and in February with the Aquarius new moon, and that'll definitely be a new start in your money and prosperity. Spiritually, take that time to meditate. Take that time. Do the deep breathing. Stay centered. Stay grounded. It can be really wiggy with all these planets in your sign, and just be like, whoa, there's so much happening all at once. But you can do it. It's your time, and the world needs you. So get out there and share. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing my videos. Capricorn, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel, and it lets you know when I upload. And I'm getting ready to launch my next course, the Wealthy Biz Goddess Masterclass, and I'm doing a free webinar series at the end of the month. And if you want to learn more about it, all you do is sign up for my email. The link is below in the Show More section. I also have it up in the cards. And you go to my website, you sign up, you get a free gift. The 7 Secrets to Magic Money Making, my gift to you for joining us. It's going to be an exciting journey. I would love to see you there. And until next time, have an awesome, happy birthday. Breathe and go for it!